there was it's not this one wasn't funny. This one was kind of like more serious. But there was a kid that he got a letter from his parents, and they said he was adopted. He was adopted into a family, but his brother, I think, still lived with his biological, or somebody like an aunt or somebody at this point. So I don't know what exactly the story was. I talked to him about it once, but he lived with an adopted family, and his he got word because it was one of the times we actually got our phones to go do something. I think we were signing up for like Christmas block leave or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
and he got a message that his brother had passed away, and he came up to me because, like I said, at this point I didn't need it because I was a '09 Sierra, so I was immediately being shipped back home after basic training, so I didn't need to have any block leave. So I was going right home after that. And I'm sitting at the back of the room while all these people are waiting in line to go through and get all their paperwork and leave orders. And he just comes up, and I'm like, and I see that he's clearly distressed. And I'm like, "What's up, buddy?" And he's like, "I just found out that my brother died." And I was like, "Oh!" And I go, "Hang on, I'll find." And he said, "I was just like, you said you need to talk to somebody. So I'll get you a drill." So I go find him a drill, and immediately, as soon as I tell the drill sergeant what's going on, he's like, "Oh yeah, you can go outside and talk to whoever you need to talk to and call." And at that point, he's like, "Oh wait, one of you guys needs to go with him because battle buddy." Because there's literally, it caught him off guard. You could tell it caught this drill sergeant off guard. So
Yeah.
then I go out there. The drill sergeant follows me out there, and so you can just see that this kid's just trying to hold it together. And like I said, at this point, I said, just like, it's like, "Dude, it's okay." And I just hugged him, and he just lost it. Like, as soon as I made contact with him, he just lost it, and this dude just bawled his eyes out. And I said, which I completely understand. I was just like,
Yeah.
man, he just needed a friend at that moment. So like, I could just read his body language, and I don't know what it was. Just like something told me that this dude needed someone to hug him, and I was just like, so I just did that, and he lost it. He was calling his family, trying to figure out what was going on, and at this point, he had already they found out, because we're basic training. You don't get your phone. Maybe if you get your lucky, you get your phone like once every Sunday if you're lucky, which we didn't get that lucky. I don't know how you did.
Yeah, we got lucky.
But his brother apparently already had the funeral and everything, so there was nothing that they could have done
Yeah.
at this point. And it was a weird situation too, since he was adopted. He didn't live with his brother, so it's not like he could immediately be shipped back home. Because, like I said, you're allowed, if there's a death in your family, you're allowed to leave. It has to be an immediate family
Yeah.
member. And like I said, he wasn't even sure how that would work, since he doesn't live with his brother, even though he is an immediate family member.
And they already had the funeral.
Exactly. That's what they said. They go, and that's what his parents told him. His adopted parents told him, because we didn't want to really tell you to affect your training, because he was already buried even by the time we had found out. So I was just like, man.
And that's a really important thing to kind of think about. Like when you go to basic training, or just as a soldier in general, you never know what role you're going to need to fill at any given moment. And, for you to just know that, it's like this kid needed somebody to talk to and a shoulder to cry on. And that's what you got to be. Like, I mean, that's what being a battle buddy is all about. It's
Yeah.
about knowing being able to track your fellow soldiers'
Yeah.
emotions and their mental state. And obviously you can't be there and facilitate all of their needs, but like I said, just to know when to reach out and be like, hey man, it's okay to let it out, man, because life is not always easy or fair.
Mm-hmm.
And that was good of you that you were able to be that shoulder for him to cry on in that moment.
Yeah,
So,
I don't know what
good
came
job.
over me. I just assume it was, God, faith or whatever. It's like someone told me that he needed a friend and someone to actually, physical contact, hug him, do something to help him feel better. I don't know what it was, but that's what I'm saying it was, because I don't know what came over, because I've never done something like that before. So
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty it's a don't touch other candidates kind of thing unless you know your buddies and stuff, and that's rare. But so yeah, good job in that. So